Hi, everybody. So I am Stacey Calder from the Business Success Network and Magazine. And as I always say in my 1 minute, I help people get visible online, in print, and through events. So let's start with a bit of a personal post. This is my family, my tribe, my brood, my chaos, if you like. And there you'll see myself and my husband with the the four children that you will predominantly see us with. We've also got child number 5 in the corner there, but she's 18 now and she doesn't need a guardian, as she tells us. And our our lovely Sash, who we lost in April, which we'd call our stray, if you like. So these are my reason for doing absolutely everything. And I know Emma's talked about her twins before, and when she shows them what they look like, how in her mind and what they look like now, that's absolutely what I think. So I started my business 15 odd years ago when the two big ones were on my knee. And I'd say, I work from home around the children, and now they're big. They beg me not to work from home anymore. They beg me to go out, and please stop using them as an excuse to be at home. So there we go. That's my delightful children and family, and my long suffering Mr. Calder in the background there as well. So a bit about work then, a bit about my business. As I said, it's been going for 15 years. Previously, I ran a networking company for mums in business, and around 2016, 17, for whatever reason, I decided that needed to go. A lot of my clients were not just mums anymore. A lot of the speakers were men, women, whoever. And so the Business Success Network was set up to provide support, networking, events, just that connection with other small to medium businesses that weren't necessarily mums. It was everybody. It's grown over the last 15 years, and we've got 9 communities now. I say communities because I don't like the word Facebook groups, and they are so much more than that. They're really engaged, and they provide real kind of connection as well. So we do meet up and mingles, we have mentoring, we've got magazines, and I put there, would you like to be on the cover? You might recognize the guy on the cover there. Uh, 3 years, 4 years ago, we introduced the Business Success Recognition Awards, and I'll talk more about that in a little minute, and the BSN conference. We aim to provide everything affordably. So whether it's visibility packages, whether it's support or motivation, we try and keep it as affordable as possible, because let's face it, especially nowadays, the one thing that people decide they don't need first is their marketing, and they want to do it themselves. So we try to keep everything affordable. Some of the main communities, if you like, there's some of the main people I work with. We set up recently a disabled entrepreneurs group. That's been absolutely amazing. It's got nearly 400 people in it, all either supporting disabled entrepreneurs or that class themselves as disabled. There's things in there that you don't get in the normal Business Success Network groups, things like access to work support and all that kind of stuff. So if you do know anyone that classes themselves as a disabled entrepreneur, that might be a community for them. We've also got women in business. We've got a charities one, and that started because I realised there was a big gap between charities needing to network and understanding networking, and what the businesses can do for them, and vice versa. So yeah, we've got a charities in business community as well, but we do run our main one is our UK community, where there's lots of different stuff. And we offer things like online networking, face-to-face networking. We do lots of, we've got a pro group. So you'll see there's some trainings there that have gone on this year, last year. And also we will have a podcast. So if you want to become a podcast expert and a guest, please do get in touch as well, because we're always looking for guests. Matt's been on there before, he probably won't even remember, but Matt was part of my original mini series, which was all about assets. So he did a great podcast on merchandise. There we go. So talking about the two main events then, as my seat within 1Networking is events and awards. Last year we ran a conference, And I said it was going to be a one-off, and it came about because people loved the first BSN awards so much they wanted to get everybody in the room again. You can't run 2 awards in a year; it'd be very tricky. So we said we'd do a conference. We wanted to do it a little bit different. We didn't want it to be one of those boring conferences where everyone sat on their bum all day long listening to 2-hour lectures on, and anything really. So we had 10 short, sharp speakers that were high energy, that gave you call to actions, that allowed you to kind of get your head right, but give you stuff to do right from the very moment as well. So you can see some of our speakers there. We have Grow Radio that present it and go out live onto the radio. You'll see the back of Jen Hines in the corner there having a love, because we love to bring people together. And you'll laugh at the bottom. That's Tony Edwards fixing my laptop during the conference, and all the children's activity providers laughing at him, because when you have an IT person that's sat there and your tech's not working, why would you not? So the conference is all about bringing people together. We're running another one on the 6th of February next year. And it really is about community. So what we're encouraging is for community leaders to come forward and bring their communities along as well. So yes, you can come on your own, or yes, you can bring a team, but we're also encouraging communities to bring their own communities along, to exhibit and to show their communities off to other communities. So it's a real case of collaboration and having that community mindset while you're doing business. And then, of course, we've got the awards. I couldn't do an insight without mentioning the awards. This was something that came out of the back of COVID, the dreaded C word. I ran a Women to Watch campaign online. It was a very quick thing. I thought we'd probably have 4 or 5 people to promote. 79 women entered. And so everybody off the back of that was like, you really should bring back some awards, because I used to run them with my previous company. And I said, let's go for it. So 2022 was our first, and we've held them ever since. It's a black tie event. We have around 16 categories covering everything from retail to small business to freelance and business of the year, all those kinds of things, customer service. I don't say it, but Jen Hines tells me that we are the best. We are just the best for business awards, and that's what we want. We want people to celebrate. We want people to showcase their expertise. And I use something called CARES with everything I do, which is credibility, assets, showcasing, expertise. And I'm trying to do this off the top of my head now. And then that equals success. So with these awards and with the conference, we aim to help you get visible using all those different things. So we help you to showcase your credibility, your reputation, all that kind of stuff. And so the awards will take place again next year as well. But we've got lots of exciting stuff coming up before the awards. We've got the awards training company, which helps people to make sure that their nominations are right, to make sure that they're award ready, so that we can take you from a business owner to an award-winning business. And we do that in a number of ways. There's going to be some online stuff coming up soon. We are trying to make this even bigger this year for the 4th year. But as long as everyone enjoys themselves, everyone's happy, and everyone gets that it's like a night where they can absolutely showcase what they do, then that just means the world to me. So that is how I run my business, basically. That was a very whistle-stop tour there. Any questions? Matt's got a question.
Do you have the date and the venue for the conference not the conference, the awards next year?
Not off the top of my head, because there is a reason for this. We're changing the process slightly. So we are looking at possibly having a September date rather than a June date. Just so that, because the conference is in February, we normally do the awards in June, but actually what we'd like to do is open this academy, so that people have got time to really get their nominations going first, get everything in place. The nominations will open, and we're going to have as many people involved in that panel as possible. So yeah, leave it with me. All to be announced very soon. Emma.
What was the date for the conference, and where is it going to be?
It's the 6th of February, and it's at Aston Villa Football Club. So very central. Don't worry, Matt. Don't. It's not actual football. You can see the look of disgust when I mention a football club.
I've been there before. As long as I close my eyes, it's fine.
As long as I close my eyes, that's funny.
If it's not football, that Isaac Winfield will turn it into something which is definitely football. Yeah. That's his club, isn't it?
Is it tying in with any other events? Because I know sometimes when you do your Success Awards, there's like a daytime event or something the next day.
So not at the moment, although there is talk about having something maybe the evening prior.
Okay.
Jane just wants a social, doesn't she, Lit?
Where everybody can get drunk before the conference, not after it.
Yeah.
John's got a question.
So you're better off having it the day after, then it doesn't matter, does it? Don't do it the day before. I've been to now where we've been out the day before.
Yeah, and
Not
that
pretty.
always rings in my brain. Don't do something the night before, because I've seen some of the speakers rock up the day after and they can't string a word together.
No.
So, yes, it won't be the day before. Jonathan, you're on mute, love.
Yeah.
How many categories are there? He said. Do you not read?
It was the
Flip
baby
reader
shower
of the
in the
year.
background. It was confusing me. There was 16 last year. So everything from freelancer, we always kind of look at the categories. We have a look at, do we need to change them? What's good for this year? So last year we introduced a retailer of the year. We introduced freelancer of the year, because even though business of the year covers everybody, there were some people that had said, do you know what? It's just little old me and I don't feel right entering a business of the year. I'd like a freelancer of the year. So that's why we've done that. But every year we have some real core ones, but we're open to others. So if anybody does have a suggestion, please do feel free to jump in my inbox. All announcements for the awards will be the 1st of January. So everything will go live 1st of January.